And welcome to another episode of By the Railside Podcast, movie review. With us today, we've got Jordan.
I am a parasite.
And we got Jeff.
I live in a half basement.
And myself, Zach.
Uh,
Yeah, I live in a parasite basement.
Parasite basement?
Filled with half.
I have a palace of excrement.
A throne.
Thrown to excrement in my palace of excrement. I live in a shit house.
Before we get to the movie, just want to remind you guys, give us a follow on Spotify or where you consume this podcast. Follow us on Twitter @ByRailside and join us over on Twitch throughout the week. Twitch.tv/ByTheRailside. This week, we reviewed the award-winning Parasite. Directed by
My boy Bong.
Bong Joon-Ho, I think.
You absolute racist.
It's not racist. That's his name.
Yeah, I have no idea what his name is.
His name is Bong Joon-Ho.
Just thought I'd say that the moment you tried to say anything remotely not English.
This is going to be a long podcast. You're going to be interrupting a lot. So to summarize this movie, we'll go with J. Welch 5742. Greed and class discrimination threaten the newly formed symbiotic relationship between the wealthy Park family and the destitute Kim clan.
Sounds
Destitute.
I don't know. Clan makes them sound a lot more honorable than they were.
Yeah.
I think that's just a racist way of saying family. But I mean, they weren't. I don't know the exact definition for the word destitute, but they had a house. They had a half basement.
Yeah.
Yeah, but do you think they even owned that? I'm pretty sure they rented. So
You could rent houses like that?
Half basements, yeah.
That's...
Apparently, it's very common in Korea.
without the basic necessities of life is destitute. I mean, their dinner was just like a bag of chips and a beer or something like that. So
Yeah, but then they started doing what they should, abusing the rich, and they could afford all-you-can-eat food and Korean barbecue, which actually I think would just be barbecue.
Yeah, all in all, this movie was actually fantastic. Even though I had to read the movie, I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. It definitely showed the nice gap between the wealthy and the poor, and it just labeled the wealthy as just completely gullible idiots. They were just like, oh, I've got all this money, so I don't have a care in the world. I don't have a worry in the world. And the cunning of the poor. I can see now why the Republicans want to push them down.
That's why you give them a different target. You make the poor people hate other less poor people instead of the rich folks. Rich folks over here just throwing a garden party because it was raining and I didn't want to set up a tent for my son's birthday.
the river was flooding.
Yeah, we know. The poor destitute Kim clan three of them ran home after almost getting caught slumming it in their boss's house. And their apartment is filled with sewage.
Yeah.
Which, actually, you know what? It makes a lot of sense after that with the wife. Oh, he's stinky. Yeah, he was bathing in sewage all night.
Yeah, I don't think there was a shower in that gym.
Probably not. No, they just grabbed the cleanest clothes out of the pile at the front of the gym. And then, time to go to work. Gotta go to my boss's birthday party.
And then sent him into a frenzy.
Yeah, well, you don't tell someone they stink.
Well, he technically didn't tell him. He was just happened to be in the room after when the people were explaining how his stench was just so yucky. And then they rubbed nipples.
Yeah.
That was like the weirdest fucking scene. That was completely like not relevant to anything. I don't understand why that was it.
He was pandering to the American audience. He's like, man, we need a
There
sex
was
scene.
so much American pandering in this. Holy fuck. All the people that were like, oh, you should hire this person. They lived in America for a while. Oh, do you think that tent leaks? No, it was made in America. Like, holy fuck, get over yourselves.
But didn't they say that's where... I'm deciding whether I should say what they said or the PC term Native Americans are from.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to say that anymore, are you? For some reason.
Yeah.
No.
I don't.
I think you're allowed to say it. You're just not allowed to call yourself it if you're not. I don't fucking know. It's real dumb. The word is Indian.
Yeah, the Koreans called them Indians,
Yeah.
and we called them Indians for a time because Christopher Columbus was illiterate and fucked up North America for India. That's a whole other podcast that we're never gonna do.
No. Fucked.
Christopher Columbus?
Yeah.
He's dead.
It's fucking genocidal.
Name one white person that isn't.
Me. Although
False. I have heard you talking about a lot of different things.
I commit like taco genocide. I could just murder a bunch of tacos.
Yeah, but then those tacos
Sushi.
get revenge.
Man, I actually murder a lot of other cultures' foods. Like you don't see me murdering mayo sandwiches.
That's not.
I see you murdering burgers.
First off, mayo sandwiches is not a white people culture thing. Second off, I think it's been well established at this point that white people do not have culture. If you want to refute this point, I did read a story, I think it was from ABC News recently, that a white mom got her daughter suspended because she sent her to school for Culture Day dressed as a basic white bitch with Uggs, a scarf, and a Starbucks cup. Anyways, we don't have to worry about Starbucks in this movie.
It checks out. Yes,
it is true.
I mean, we don't have to worry about Starbucks. There's no way the what was the clan? Kim?
Yeah.
Kim clan was affording Starbucks.
No, they had to make pizza boxes outside of the restaurant for rent. That kind of confused me. Like I've never seen a pizza joint outsourcing their pizza box making.
It's because Jimmy had an incident and left for some reason. Remember, they explained this.
I would, as soon as he was gone, I'd be like, okay, you're done. Like we need someone to make these pizza boxes. I'm paying a family of 4 living in a half basement.
Yeah, cut their wages. It seemed like so interesting when they were doing it. I don't know if it was the father fucking up as well, but he was watching that fucking video on how to fold pizza boxes, and it seemed like he was studying it so well. And then you get to the point where it's like, hey, like you guys fucked up 1 in 4 boxes, like, and also it didn't seem like they fucked it up that badly.
Yeah, it's just like one of the corners wasn't folded in,
and there was a slight crease in the box. I'm like, when you deliver the pizzas, like sometimes I get the tops of the box are so sunken in that when I open it, it rips off half the toppings anyways. So a little crease, you're fine.
Not in Korea.
Yeah,
they have totally different pizza standards.
Different, just standards in general. You're not allowed to just be a fuck up in Asia. Come on.
Yeah, you go through a disciplinary hearing or a disciplinary coaching. Like you fucked up at work, we're gonna teach you how to not do that. We're gonna have everyone watch as we show you not how to not fuck up. And they just kick the shit out of you. Not joking. I've seen several videos of companies doing this. The CEO literally just kicked the shit out of one dude because he fucked up.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's why we have labor laws.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Well, okay, it wouldn't happen if it was me. And you want to know why? It's because I'm a fat 6-foot white dude. I got 2 feet and about 250 pounds on him. Go ahead, kick me.
Anyways, what did you guys think of the movie? Starting with Jeff.
Starting with Jeff, eh? Overall, I thought the movie was okay. There was like some parts of it that were just like, what? Like the weird half sex scene. That was just like, there was absolutely no reason for that whatsoever. The fucking Kim mother just letting the chick into the house to get something out of the basement. Like, you're already illegally working there. You got her fired over absolutely nothing just so that you could steal her job. You're just gonna let her into the house you're supposed to be watching while you and your family are just like stealing all their shit and living there when you're not supposed to? Like, that was retarded. Um, and then the whole bringing up, like, why was that chick beat up? Like, why was her face beat up? Her husband even asked her that, and she's like, oh, I'll tell you later. And then no one ever said anything about it again, and then she fucking died. Like, what? Why did you have her come with a beat up face and then not tell anyone about it? That's just bad storytelling.
Foreshadowing.
I thought, well, it could be.
Oh, it's loan sharks.
Oh yeah, loan sharks. I guess that was what I was thinking.
It definitely could have been, but like explaining that in the slightest would have been great. And my only other real complaint with it was the first half of the movie seemed really long. Like I understand they wanted to be like, okay, we're a super poor family. They did that great. And then we're getting everyone to work for this rich family. But it just like the concept's fine, but I just felt that the whole transition from the beginning to the middle of the movie took like an hour, and that was really, really slow to me.
I gotta agree with you. Like, yeah, I kept looking at the clock, expecting more time to have passed. Like, I think the first time I looked at the clock, it was 20 minutes after we started the movie, and I thought like 40 minutes had passed.
Yeah.
Like, it felt so long, but I think that was just the huge buildup that the director put in the movie, and then leaving it because like all the action happened really last 15 minutes of the movie, if not like less.
Yeah, like the second half of the movie, as soon as they let the first maid or housekeeper in, that's when the movie just took the fuck off. But everything before that was just like, holy cow.
Yeah, the slow grinding buildup. And at that point, well, that was a fucking that threw me for a loop. Like,
yeah,
that I never would have called that in a million years. Like, someone else was living in the house.
Yeah, I expected the family to like eventually kill the rich people and just assume their identity or something weird like that. That's what I was expecting. I wasn't expecting Jiminy Cricket to just already be living in the basement.
Yeah, and that guy was her husband was creepy as hell.
He hasn't been outside in 4 years. I think he's probably insane.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like the way his eyes are. I don't recall seeing him blink once, and they were also open like past the maximum. Like, open your eyes as wide as you can right now, and then imagine going 20% beyond that.
And it being an Asian person.
Yes, that, well, unless you are an Asian person, in which case just imagine the eyes going more. But yeah, like something about the way he looked, it just terrified me. And Zach was like, he was talking about the part where he like slowly crept up when they were doing the flashback when he like when the son of the rich Park family saw a ghost, quote unquote, but it was actually just fucking hubby. I thought when they originally found the husband after like she took the video of the second family that moved in, and he was like animal crawling up the stairs, but he was also like the way his head was positioned, it just looked too natural, like unnaturally natural, if that makes sense.
Yeah, like he has become the beast in the 4 years.
Yeah, like you can definitely tell he doesn't know how to go upstairs regularly anymore. He's a four-armed man now. It creeped the fuck out of me.
It's like that character in fucking Attack on Titan who was in fucking the cart Titan for so long she just preferred to walk around on all fours now. Yeah. What'd you think of the fucking like twist in the middle, Zach?
It was I think it was well done. Like throughout the whole movie, again, like I thought the same thing as you. I was just like, okay, well they're just gonna like just transition into becoming this family because they showed off like the daughter's forgery skills early on, and then it showed them when they were going to um, like looking for the membership for the housekeeping service. They asked for like the deed or like the deed to the property basically. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so the daughter's just gonna forge the documents and forge them onto their names onto it, and then basically kick these people out. Um, but then like after a while, I was like, well, that would be a lot harder just because this guy's like a company dude. And then the old housekeeper shows up, and I was like, holy fuck, like what the hell are you doing here, lady? And then shows her husband's been down there forever. Also, how did they not? How did the family just not know about a secret bunker in their house?
I
If
mean,
all the rich families had like these secret bunkers for bomb attacks.
well, I mean, they never went down in the basement, really, right? The housekeeper that was there even before them did all the stuff. That's just where they stored food. So there's no real reason for the wife who can't cook to ever go down there, right? They have slaves for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
feel like the old housekeeper probably tried to usher them away from there as much as possible, because like she definitely knew since she was the original maid for the original owner that there was a bunker down there, and she knew that the original owner didn't tell the realtor or the new owners about it.
Yeah.
So
Oh
that's
yeah.
why she moved her husband in. She's like, well, no one fucking knows about this but the original guy, and he's moving off to bumfuck Idaho.
Yeah. Paris.
Again, bumfuck Idaho. Paris is shit now. Too many gypsies.
Speaking of the owner, it was the designer was it Nam Goon? Um, Now the what's interesting about this is that guy, like the character or whatever, that played the dad of the Kim family. He also starred in a movie called Snowpiercer, also directed by Bong. And in that movie, he played the train's engineer, I believe it is. No, he designed the train security systems. And in that film, in Snowpiercer, his name was Namgoon as well.
Yeah.
So a little bit of an Easter egg in this one to his previous film. That movie is also very good.
I wonder how common that name is. I have no idea. I'm just talking out loud.
Oh.
I don't know. I'm not Korean.
Yeah. Yeah, everyone's got their weird, like, different. Like, I learned for India, every Singh is a Sikh, but not every Sikh is a Singh.
Yeah.
Or it could be the other way around. It might be the other way around.
No.
Every Sikh is a Singh.
No, because Sikh is a religion.
Yeah.
Sikhism is a religion, and Singh would be the name. So every Singh is a Sikh, but not every Sikh is a Singh.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's true too. So there's never been a Singh that's just been like, no, I don't want to believe in this.
Well, I'm assuming there has been, yeah. Like probably when people like immigrate over here and their kids get more ingrained in the culture, then they're like, well, I'm just gonna let my parents think I'm of that religion, but in reality, I'm just huffing paint cans in the bathroom with the boys.
The good old days.
I miss it when things weren't so goddamn complicated with God and religion, and I could just see her for myself.
Her, how dare you, you pagan
I'm sorry, which
bastard.
one of us has snorted enough paint cans that I saw God?
This is true. I'm sorry.
You don't talk to me again like that. I know I found out all the secrets of the universe in that Denny's parking lot on that Tuesday afternoon.
What an unfortunate allergy the housekeeper had.
Peaches.
It's just peach fuzz.
It's just the fuzz?
I don't know. That's all they used to.
Yeah, I
Maybe
thought
'cause
she was
it's
just like
easier to get.
severely allergic to peaches, and like the fuzz was the easiest thing they can keep in the house. Because like you can smuggle that in and easily like on someone, and they wouldn't notice it right away. Especially with 3 dogs in the house, and her weird husband in the basement, who definitely has dander.
Yeah.
I can see no head and shoulders. That hairline was fucked. No facial hair, which kind of weirded me out.
Yeah, same with the dad when they showed him coming out in the guy's like flash forward. He didn't have any facial hair either, and I was just like he had some scrub, but he was supposed to be there for like years and whatnot, and I'm just like,
Yeah, Zach and I think I thought it was a flash forward at first, but I guess Zach said that it was just like basically the son's dream, like his
yeah,
vision.
that's what I meant when I said flash forward. It wasn't like actually happening. It was just him like hoping this is what's going to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah, well, that's why I was confused at first because like when I thought it was a flash forward, I was like, no, like facial hair, like something, anything. Like his hair was the same fucking length as the day he walked in there.
Yeah. Also, the mom went, and I was like waiting for her to. She hurried up a little bit after a while, but I saw her like turn around after she was taking a picture of where the man buried the old housekeeper.
Yeah.
And then she just like, oh, and then just like strutted to go to her husband that
She's
she
rich
hasn't
now.
seen in years.
Well, that's yeah. We don't know the timeline either. Like that could have been like, Dad, I got a plan, and he just like bought a bunch of lottery tickets and somehow won on one. It's like, all right, well, I'm buying the house now.
Yeah.
But it's weird because how do you know like they're gonna sell?
The Germans?
Yeah. There's no guarantee that they're gonna sell unless you're like you can somehow get your letter to your dad and be like, okay, start fucking with all the electronics, make them think there's an actual ghost, and then they'll sell it on the cheap, and that's a win-win for us. You can stay in your creepy little basement because it's probably been 5 years.
No, the house would get sold on the cheap anyways because they were in Korea when it occurred. Like they know what happened because it was them that bought the house.
That's
So
true.
they're just like, hey, sneaky realtor, you can't fool me.
Ain't this the house where the dad got stabbed because he was an inconsiderate fucking prick? That's really what happened. What I think happened, anyways. Like his son passed out, and he was more concerned with getting the keys from his driver to take his son to the hospital because he passed out than the woman that just got stabbed in the fucking heart. Maybe not the heart,
Well,
but definitely the lung.
Yeah.
yeah, I definitely agree with that in the real world. They also have played it up by saying if you don't get to the hospital within 15 minutes of having a seizure, you die, right? Like, that's not true at all. They just made that up for the movie for that
Yeah.
final scene.
I think they probably also use that to like show how gullible. Well, I guess another way to show how gullible rich people can be, because like if you just fucking Google it, it's the simplest thing in the world. Just look it up online.
Yeah, but why would you ever look up something if someone else told you something? That just
That's
seems
true.
like a waste of time.
I get my housekeeper to look it up for me. But joke's on me, my housekeeper is the family of every other fucking employee in my home, and she's gonna tell me lies.
That bitch.
Now, here's a question for you. Given the chance to do this, would you? If you had the chance to infiltrate a rich family, would you bring your friends and family on board?
I mean, maybe one. You don't bring the whole fucking squad. That just causes
Yeah.
problems, right?
I think if they have multiple properties, then you're good to bring the squad.
Yeah, but you don't bring like
we got
the
Zach
people
in
you live
shipping,
with.
Jeff's up in the kitchen, and I'm fucking the wife.
In the car.
Yeah, because it feels
The
good.
back seat, spraying his cum all over
That
the seat. What the
hot,
fuck? He's a
hot
sick
leather
bastard.
Yeah.
all
The
over my
semen.
ass cheeks.
I I definitely the subtitles that came with this legally downloaded film were not good at times. They were definitely
Yeah.
really rough, and I was just like, that doesn't make any sense there at all. And then I thought like it seemed like a lot of cursing. I was like, just I don't know how much other cultures curse really, but it
Well,
seemed like the odd sprinkle of the word, like even right in the beginning when I guess maybe that was the way to sort of differentiate again between the rich and the poor. Because in the beginning, like the mom's dropping f bombs like crazy, and then the guy when he later on in the film when Kim's driving the rich guy, and he gets cut off and he's like, oh, you son of a bitch, and then the rich guy's like, hey, why'd you say that, motherfucker?
he's on the job. You don't swear in front of your boss.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be different. just in general, like for the languages, because like English, we have such a wide vocabulary when it comes to swearing. Like you can use fuck 7 times in a sentence and it would still make sense.
Yeah.
Whereas some languages from over there, like I know Japanese, there's a you that is oh fuck, what's the word for it? Derogatory. So like I'm just saying you, but it's derogatory. So that direct translation doesn't really work out because like to us it's just like hey you, but the proper translation like for actual speaking would be like hey you fucking asshole.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It is also like a lot of tones. Like I think Japan is like that. Like the one word it said in different tones means different things.
Yeah, a little. I haven't studied the Japanese language that much. Just a couple months on what's that app called? Duolingo? No, Duolingo. Fucking years on that one. But yeah, I believe it is like it's a lot of like phrasing and pronunciation and everything like that. It very, very much influences the meaning of the word. It's like English, I'm going to tell you exactly what I mean, but if it's a direct translation from another language, you're like this. I think it's insulting, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I don't know enough about other languages to really be able to chime in on that one. It's English is a hard language because there's like one word means 6 things and 6 things mean one word, so I don't really know how that goes into other languages.
Yeah, and I guess each language has its own different thing. Like there's a lot of rules that everyone that speaks English, like that is born and learns English first, they follow certain rules without knowing.
Yeah.
I can't remember one of them. One of them was it's just the way we would describe something. It's like the large green house on the left. But if I said it's a house on the left, it's very big and green. It doesn't sound as good.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, yeah. So what I'm saying here is we should all learn Japanese.
I'm too old to learn another language.
You're never too old to do anything.
Except for be
fuck
born.
Kids.
Yep.
You're always too old for that.
I wasn't paying attention to what you said before.
Well, I'm just talking about fucking kids. Don't do it. Don't fuck kids. Speaking of which,
oh yeah,
Mr. Teenage Kim, Mr. Baby Boy Kim, making out with a fucking teenager that is I don't even want to call her a teenager. That's a child. Sophomore. You're making out with a sophomore?
A sophomore in high school.
I don't know what that means. I'm not American.
Second year high school.
Grade 10. Why did you say grade 10?
I don't know how their high school works over there.
We're talking about over here. You used an American term.
That's because the subtitle did.
Fuck that. I thought she was first year high school.
No, she said sophomore in high school.
Sophomore in high school?
Yeah, sophomore year high school. According to the subtitles.
Anyways, he is like college age minimum. He's failed the entrance exams 4 times, and he was in the military for a bit.
Yeah.
So he's definitely older. I'd say probably like 22, 23. Making out with a 15-year-old, 14.
Yeah, he's going to marry her, though. Once she gets into university, he's going to officially ask her out.
No, that's his buddy. That guy.
Oh, he also said that.
He said that too to his family, and when they were drinking. Yeah.
He stole his fucking line.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was probably writing a note at that time. That's one of the bad things one of the bad things of subtitled movies is I can't take notes. Because I have to read the fucking subtitles, unless I'm like taking audio notes, in which case, why listen to the movie? I'll just listen to my voice talking about the movie and read it. At that point, I might as well just read a book.
You know, that garbage can that was in the movie was actually purchased in real life for that, and it was $2,300.
What?
That little garbage can
was $2,300.
Yeah, that Mrs. Kim or the housekeeper hucked her sneeze-infested Kleenex into, and then they poured hot sauce over.
Hell yeah. Looked like blood, though.
Yeah, and because it didn't open, it didn't make any sound. It opened smoothly. It was like it was a rich person's garbage can.
Which I guess it makes sense. Like, a rich person would be like, oh yeah, I bought this garbage can. How much you spent? Oh, $2,300. Because that's fucking walking around money.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even like a super fancy one. Like, you can spend $100 at Walmart and get one that you can wave your hand over and it opens on its own.
Yeah.
Like
We have that one. I fucking hate it.
Bougie
Because
poor
if
people.
a fly lands on it, it opens, so you just hear wah, 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 wah all the fucking time.
You should just get, you should make another machine that if it hears that noise too many times, it just smacks with a fly swatter.
Yeah.
So after 2 wah-wahs. Actually, the whole house was made for this movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the director Bong, designed it. Like he didn't design it himself, but he had like the general outline of it when he wrote the movie, and then he talked to his, I guess, production assistant and an actual architect, who brought his vision into life. Because like the way the house is set up, I thought it was a little bit weird because that living room, like there would definitely be a massive fucking TV in there somewhere, but there was nothing, and there was a single couch.
Yeah.
Which didn't look that comfortable, if I'm being honest. Like, it was a weird looking couch.
Well, I mean, Asian furniture is much different than ours, right? Like they sit on the floor a lot. They have much lower furniture without backs and whatnot. They just have much better posture than we do.
But no pillows. Normally there'd be pillows or like something, like cushions that you could sit on.
You know what's crazy? They have better posture, or they have no backs on their chairs, and they're always sitting up straight. I always have a back on my chair, and I am always slouched. I never use the back of this. This chair's back never gets used. Unless I'm like leaning, but even then it's just...
Because the backs, like for me anyways, I've hurt my neck. The backs on the chairs are never fucking long enough for my torso. Like, I have to slouch in my seat, just scoop my ass so that I'm hanging off the edge just to use the actual headrest on any chair that I own.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Custom one.
Yeah, headrests don't exist. At most, I can get like maybe the top of my shoulders to touch, but yeah, actual headrest does not exist in like regular chairs. You have to get like a gamer's chair that's like $7,000 in order to get something actually usable.
But I have the gamer's chair, and it's still the same thing.
Well, when did you get?
I don't know. It was at my old job, and it just came in. Okay. I think it's like a basic clone of like the original gamer chair, like the RTX or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Racer X, that's the one.
No idea, Dan.
But well, a lot of those ones, they'll come with a pillow. It's supposed to be for like lumbar support, but you can also put it up top, and that's the only thing that would save it because the pillow itself was like 6 inches fucking thick. It's like, yeah, you want to add more curvature to your spine? We got the perfect thing for you. A pillow that's 9 fucking sizes too large.
That apartment was actually built for the movie too.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
Like, cause it
just out of necessity for filming the flood scene.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. I mean, that was like, was that whole area designed or just the apartment?
I think just the apartment was the main thing, and then they probably just like CGI'd certain things in or as like a set.
Oh, okay. Because like it looked like it was in a shit neighborhood.
Yeah, I think that was the point.
Movie magic. Yeah, the only TV I saw in that entire house was in the bathroom.
That's where I like to do my watching. When I'm deucing, when I'm washing.
Yeah.
Watch the news, see how the world's fucked up. Oh, Donald Trump just tweeted again? There it is. Just got it. Right in my toilet. Fresh. Hot off the presses.
This movie, I never ended up taking notes because I gotta fucking read the goddamn movie. Well, more... Just avoid foreign film category for a little bit.
Why?
For a little bit.
Because you don't know how to read?
No, because I don't want to read.
Same thing.
You told me yesterday you practiced your reading.
Yeah, just because I practice doesn't mean I like it.
The dog went for a walk. Hey, I didn't just realize this. When Mr. Park was talking to Mr. Kim in the car, right after they fired Moon Gwang,
Yeah.
that was the old maid. We'll just call her Moon from now on. Her only flaw, he says, was that she ate enough food for 2 people.
Yeah.
Didn't even occur to me until just now that she was just stealing food for her husband as well.
Yeah. As soon as I saw her feeding the guy in the basement, I immediately clicked on that one.
I don't understand. Like, was that a fucking baby bottle?
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was. Why
I-
she just had a baby bottle.
I don't know if it's just like modern horror movies ruined me. Because as soon as I saw that, I thought it was like, okay, here we go, wrong turn again, Korean edition. She's like, just fucking
Mommy's milk.
special basement boys horking back mommy's milk straight out the baba. But maybe it was just a protein shake, and that's all that she could afford was a baby bottle, or she just saw a baby in the street and was like, my hubby could drink that. Yoink.
Did she ever like leave that place? Like she didn't have a house or anything, so she was just like a live-in caretaker, right?
Yeah, she lived like she had her own room there.
Yeah.
And she went and lived with the loan sharks, where they beat her the fuck up.
There's a lot of like I was looking online because I wanted to make sure, or I wanted to see what the causes of her bruises were. But there's a huge discourse online of people saying like, "Oh no, she wasn't beat up when she got there." But she very clearly
she had a
like,
fat lip, and
yeah, fat lip. Her lip was split too, and her eye was swollen. But everyone's
He
like,
was beat
"Oh."
the fuck up.
Yeah, because even like when she goes down and feeds her fucking weirdo son a banana or weirdo husband, I hate the way he eats it. It
Yeah, that
made
was
me
great.
so mad. But I guess like if because we don't know the exact timeline, we're assuming a couple days at this point.
yeah,
So he probably hasn't eaten in a couple days. I'd probably hork back a whole banana. I wouldn't
not like that.
fucking
Eat it from
take
the
a
side.
bite. Yeah, like no, I wouldn't even no peeling the banana. I'm eating the whole fucking thing like a hot dog. Where was I going with this? I lost my train of thought.
I don't know, but I'm laughing.
Where was it? Oh, discourse online.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were saying that because her husband, when she was feeding him the banana, he recognized like what happened to your face.
Yeah.
So she was obviously beat up before any additional assault happened.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she just like found out, or the loan sharks found her finally because she wasn't in the rich people's house anymore. Like, yo, where's your hubby? She's like, I gotta go get him. Psych. Now there's 2 people living in the basement, and I'm assuming that's what they were. That in my mind, that's what the plan was. Like she was just gonna blackmail them. Like, okay, now you're gonna bring us all, or me and my husband, food every day, and our little secret won't get sent to the sun.
Yeah.
Which massive pussy, by the way. Saw a ghost while eating fucking cake in the middle of the night. Your first instinct should not be scream. It's cover your tracks, put the cake back in the fridge, run back up to your room, pretend like nothing happened because I don't want to piss off mom. Oh, that's the difference between growing up poor and growing up.
Yeah.
Well, never mind. That's the difference between growing up rich and growing up with our mom. Second off, he received a message when after the husband had been assaulted and the wife got killed.
Yeah.
Didn't do fuck all with it.
No.
Because like, what kind of ghost doesn't know how to spell help me?
Yeah.
Whole M? What does that mean?
That guy was fucking hammering on that thing too. The guy in the basement just do the Morse code, just like wham. I think that must have just been to like make his day go, like have some consistency, was him hitting those buttons every day.
Oh yeah.
Maybe to help him not go too insane.
Yeah, I get because some routine would help because I mean you're stuck down there, you don't really know what time of day it is. And the only way you're gonna find that is if you're going outside, which he wasn't because his wife was bringing him food, right?
Yeah.
Probably after that fucking ghost incident. That was the last time he saw the outside.
Jimmy, you're staying in the well.
I'm sorry, honey. Nope,
Yeah.
you're staying down here, you crazy fuck.
The fucking
So,
grudge.
That's how it started. It was just a Korean man in a basement. And then he turned into a little girl and then into a demon.
What'd you think of the like makeup on his face when he come out of the basement to murder everyone?
It looked kind of terrible, but again, I guess the blood would have been way dry at that point, so it could have been flaking off. Because it looked like, to me anyways, like they would literally applied the blood the day before and then just let him live his normal life, but they told him like not to wipe it off.
Yeah.
And then some of it just like came off anyways.
I didn't like how they like Joker-esque his mouth. Like, why did the blood go so far up his cheeks? Like, he got it from hitting his face on the wall. Therefore, it should just be like gravity making it go down. Why did it go so far up his cheeks?
He's making out with his wife.
His dead wife.
His dead wife just tongue fucking the back of her skull.
Dead concussed wife.
Yeah, he couldn't tongue punch the fart box. That's just gross. She shit herself.
That okay. First off, that kid didn't check his corners. That was a mistake. We went down there to use this big rock to kill the rest of them. Didn't check his corner. That's why he got caught. But also, I don't know. I guess I don't know if I would end up doing the same thing. But he like takes the pipe and then sticks it in between and then turns it so that like the kid's basically stuck there. But instead of just like pulling on it, be like, oh my god. Like, get up. You just saw how he locked you in there. Just turn it.
Or just fucking take the noose off. Because it didn't look that tight. I don't know. It didn't look like that good of a slip knot.
Also,
I mean,
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you're in the mental state where you're going downstairs to literally kill a couple people and then you get caught with a noose and are suddenly fighting for your life, I don't think you're just going to be like, okay, this slip knot's just like, all right, all I have to do is this. You go into full panic fight or flight mode right away, right?
No, I'm going down there with a plan and another plan and a backup plan and a backup plan for the backup plan.
Okay, Batman.
And first plan, don't drop the rock. Just like you saw what got you in the first place is Dad having fucking slippy feet and kicking you both down the stairs. That was the worst slip and fall I've ever seen. Just, yep, there we go.
Oh no. Also, bring a weapon you can fucking handle with one hand.
Yeah.
He was struggling. Like, I'm pretty sure that rock weighed, it was probably 30 to 50% of his own body weight. And in the close
rock
quarters,
was symbolic
of money?
Of what got him into it and how he was going out of it.
Rocks.
Rock.
The
rock.
by the rock, I die by the rock.
Yeah. The rock is the pinnacle of wealth and jackness.
Oh, that makes a lot more sense. I was reading an article earlier, and they kept referring to The Rock, and I was like, I can't remember what it was about now, but it was about the movie, and it was talking about, like, I guess, reoccurring themes, and one of them was The Rock. And
yeah.
I didn't, I totally forgot that the Money Rock existed. So I was just like, I don't recall seeing Dwayne Johnson in this movie. Fuck, I'm an idiot. I also, just don't bring something that you can't use in tight quarters, because, like, even after, or, like, before he got smoked, because he's an idiot and didn't, like, bare minimum reel in the fucking other end of the noose when you were running back upstairs after you escaped.
Yeah.
Like, the other guy was literally bouncing off the walls running because there was no fucking room. Like, just turn around. Kick him. Take a chair. Like,
I have the high ground.
That's the way you win. How did they win against them the first time? They had the high ground.
Yeah.
She just boot fucked the old maid down the stairs.
I love how casually she did it too, because she had to make Robin. She's like, nope, get down there.
Yeah. Holy shit. Oh fuck. There's another point I wanted to make. Now it's gone. I should bring my notepad in here and I could write down my thoughts.
You got a phone? You got a notepad on your phone?
No.
You can type them down.
No.
Or hell, I don't know. Use the fucking computer you're sitting on.
No, 'cause you can hear the keyboard in the background.
Clickety clack, motherfucker.
Get a stealthy keyboard. Buy some brown switches. Stealth poop.
What else should we take?
Some of the lesser known. Sorry, I'm reading things online, and I just saw a picture of Basement Hubby's face, and I don't know why it's like everywhere like that. It doesn't make any sense either. It's like I wiped across his nose. He's got like a blood mustache.
Yeah.
Oh
What?
my God! Sorry, I just realized. So the self-portrait that Da Song does. So the rich kid.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not a self-portrait. Maybe it's a picture of the fucking ghost guy.
Oh yeah.
Because
Yeah.
like the eyes are the most prominent thing, and that fucker had some big eyes.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was most of his art. I'm pretty sure had to do with the ghost and his weird apparent trauma.
Yeah. Apparently, also there's actual lines, like physical lines throughout the movie that are dividing the rich and the poor.
Yeah.
Like in the scene where the maid goes to get the mom. When the guy's looking out the window, there's actually the crease in the window, the corner of the window dividing the two. As well as when the one dude goes to kiss the girl, there's a line, the wardrobe is open and divides them, and it shows um, the guy crossing that line to go over and make out with this high schooler. It's gross.
Yeah, and that's further pushed by the rich dad saying that he doesn't like it when his drivers cross the line, right? Like it's all very symbolic of the class struggle.
Yeah. It's definitely good, and it shows. I don't know. I enjoyed the planning parts of the poor family, like to get to where they needed to go. And I don't even know if it was planned like right from the start, or I think the kid just thought of it when it popped into his head when the mom was explaining. Oh yeah, like we tried to get this kid an art teacher, but no one lasts a month. And I think you see him slowly develop that plan to be like, oh, I can get my sister in here by pretending it's my cousin's friend who went to art school in Illinois. And then they realize, oh, and then the daughter realizes, oh, we can get dad in as a driver if I just take off my underwear and leave him in the car.
Yeah, I think it was just sort of a happenstance of everything. Like everything just sort of fell into place. Um, I think it was more so the sister at that point. Like the son got her the job, and then she got it in her head. It's like, well, fuck it. Like it was really easy to get me in here. How hard would it be to get mom and dad in? Like all we have to do is get two people fired, which she did shockingly well.
Yeah.
Also, I don't have confirmation for this, but I just had a thought. The hot sauce. It might not be a sauce. It might have been oil.
Okay.
Because I know like if I buy like the fancy ramen and stuff like that straight from Japan, it comes with actual oils and shit instead of what we would refer to as a sauce.
I guess that would make more sense that the Kleenex absorbed it so much.
Yeah, and the color would make a lot more sense too. Because like if you get the spicy ramen, fucking you get the hot oil in there, shit's red as fuck. I got some on my hand one time. My finger was stained. And then my wiener was, because I didn't wash my hand properly before I peed, and then it burned.
Ooh, chlamydia.
Get a nurse to put yogurt in her mouth, and then... Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Some of the little things I'm noticing, and by me noticing, I mean I'm reading about them online. There's a lot of little things in the movie that you're not really going to notice. I guess unless you watch it a couple times or understand the culture. I don't want to say are from the culture because I mean if you understand the culture, you understand. Like in the beginning, they're drinking what is it? They're drinking Feelight beer, the Kim clan.
Yeah.
And then later on, after the daughter, I think, got her job, they're drinking Sapporo. So, like, Feelight, if I want to compare that to a beer here, it would be like Lucky.
Okay.
Like, less than $1 a bottle. Whereas Sapporo is, like, premium brand.
Like Coronas.
No.
Well, the Corona itself is a premium.
It's like, it's a higher quality domestic beer.
Canadian. No, that's mid-class. Even though they fucking charge out the ass. Heineken. Be like a Heineken.
Heineken's
Or
imported.
Stella.
That's imported.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. It's a higher end beer.
Yeah, it's a higher core beer. Also, I think it's kind of funny that Sister Kim didn't fucking notice that she was eating dog treats.
Like, it was so hammered.
I don't know if that's like 100% because of the alcohol thing, or like rich people can just buy dog treats that taste that good. Like, poor people wouldn't be able to distinguish, be like, yeah, no, I thought it was like fancy beef jerky, that the taste was like a little bit different.
I saw when she was like putting it in her mouth, I was like, okay, that's good beef jerky. And then I was thinking about it, and all the food that they had set out looked nothing like that. Like, it seemed like all came from like the fridge, and they kind of just made it up. And I was like, why would they just have like random, like, okay, maybe it's us when we're camping, where it's like, hey, we're getting all these steaks, we're gonna have nice grilled peppers and everything, but fuck, we need some shitty food.
Yeah.
That's a Rice Krispie.
Rice Krispies, that's top tier. They have no knockoffs.
Cups.
Oh my god, I love Reese's Cups.
I've seen you devour a 5-pound one. I know you fucking love this thing.
Oh god. I don't know what felt worse, the hangover or my gut rot from that.
5 pound? I've only ever seen the 1 pound ones.
Oh, it was a 1
Maybe
pound.
it was a 1 pound one.
It felt like 5 pounds when I shit.
I eat one of those every fucking Christmas. They're so good.
I do when I get high at Uncle Phil's.
It's his fault. He buys it for me. He gets me all hopped up in the garage. I gotta fuck around on Benny's phone for 9 hours.
Oh man.
I wanna take more pictures. Then delete some of the videos. You've got fucking 30 gigs worth of fireworks videos on here. Just get rid of them. No, I need them.
Yeah. You think the reason why the father of the Kim family, you can see like his attitude change like immediately after obviously when that guy goes on about it, like how much he fucking stinks and everything like that. I don't think it was so much because of the insult, but more like bringing him back down like to his own reality. Because realistically, when he's working for them, they all think they're top tier. Even though they go back home to their semi-basement apartment, they still think like they could like do better than themselves. And then just having them just be like, oh, like he smells like Subway people. Like just being like that, you don't have a driver, you're poor, basically like that.
Yeah, I think it also helped that he was like making the same face that his wife made in the car. But instead of doing it towards Mr. Kim, it was doing it towards the crazed man that just stabbed someone at their party.
Yeah.
And that was like his first thing. It wasn't like, it was, got to get my son to the hospital. Man, this boy's stinky. I got to get the keys.
Yeah.
Like, never once offered to just call a fucking ambulance.
Apparently the ambulance would take too long to get there.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, you still call them. It doesn't matter if it's going to take them too long. You call them.
Yeah.
Just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I got shot in the stomach. The ambulance is going to be here for 15 minutes. I'll fucking wait. I'm not just, I've got a 15-minute window here, and I will expire after that. Like, well, they're going to be here in 16 minutes. Well, I might as well just give me the gun again. Just fucking aim it at my head.
Well, that, like, you call the ambulance just because the ambulance may not get them to the hospital in time for 15 minutes. They'll be able to stabilize the child so that he can make it past that apparent 15-minute window to get to the hospital to receive that rest of it.
That doesn't push the husband's selfish agenda that they're trying to make rich people look like.
Yeah. Also, yeah, I don't know.
Like I definitely agree with the whole like class divide and whatnot, but they definitely like played up a lot of it, saying that like, oh, poor people are just down on their luck. They're super smart. They can con anyone, and that rich people are all just fucking idiots. That's like not true in the slightest, right? It's just they wanted to make such a weird divide. They wanted to make the poor people look like the heroes, even though they were clearly the assholes in this fucking movie.
Yeah.
I also liked how when the kid woke up, he said it was the first time he'd opened his eyes in a month. They're just so he's been passed out for a month. Has that detective just been fucking standing there the whole time waiting for him to open his eyes?
Yeah. Yeah. Just he's
Also,
like, this is my moment.
Well, he might have been like, because he said he was in a coma. He might have been in a medically induced coma because he just had brain surgery, right?
yeah, but I'm pretty sure the doctors are gonna be like, okay, we have to run tests when he comes on open, not just like have the fucking Korean doctor there
Miranda
reading
rights.
Miranda rights, which only exist in like the States. So I don't know why a Korean guy's reading another Korean person in Korea Miranda rights.
It's to get to the English audience. It's probably
Yeah,
like a direct translation. No, but
there's
yeah,
a
this
lot
is
of
silly.
pandering.
All right. Well, we got like 4 minutes. That should be enough time to get our ratings in. And for one other interesting fact about the movie, Mr. Park, that's the family, is the Park family. That's the rich family. His company's name is another brick, which was from Bong's favorite band, Pink Floyd. It's a little Easter egg.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, another brick in the wall.
Little egg right there.
Also, they were testing PlayStation VR equipment.
I was gonna say that definitely looked like VR, but then they were talking about like processing power on a phone.
Yeah.
So I was
Yeah,
like,
they wanted to be able to hook up the VR stuff to a phone, but it wasn't strong enough to run it.
I've seen some pretty good VR stuff on my phone. I don't know. There was 2 girls, and I'll give this movie a solid 7. No, I don't watch that anymore. I've gone beyond. That doesn't arouse me anymore. I'll give this movie a 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a lot of the, I really like the message, which is basically like there's a massive divide in society, and I think the way they went about portraying that was decently done. I wish they had shown more, like expanded more on both sides instead of just having like one poor family, one rich family. Like I'd like to see more rich people to see if like you could show like that not all rich people are morons. Like some of them are also just really, really greedy fuckers who have 94 million cameras inside their house and there's not an inch of it that they don't have covered. And some poor people that are not conniving assholes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I gotta give it a 7. I would definitely watch it again. And this time I'd pay very, very close attention to everything because I wouldn't be taking notes. Yeah, 7. Zach, do you know about numbers?
Yeah, I'm gonna go an 8. I honestly, I didn't look at the clock really, like to like it didn't feel super long, like like it felt for you guys. To me, it seemed like it flowed nicely, and it needed the build up to show everything because the climax scenes were like it was nice, short, concise, straight to the point. The theme in it was awesome, and the fact that it pulled off a historic thing at the Golden Globes for winning the best foreign language film, becoming the first South Korean film to do so. So they're in the push for the right direction for diversity. No more white people. Actually, they just canceled the Golden Globes I think this year because there's too many white representations. But anyways,
it's not our fault. We got our shit figured out when it comes to COVID.
Yeah.
Ignore it. Go into lockdown again. Oh, what's that? Yeah, there's 7 more COVID cases. Lockdown. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Bong.
Jeffrey.
I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I had a few problems with it. I'd probably watch it again, like not by myself, but if someone were like to put it on, I'd be like, okay, whatever. Uh, I think the pacing in the beginning personally was a little too slow for my likes. Uh, the some of the characters, like just letting that person back into the house, like if I'm watching someone's stuff, I am like super paranoid about anything happening. I'm not gonna let a stranger into someone's house who I'm watching. Like that's just not something that I would do, right? So, like, I mean, obviously, it was just to push the plot forward and whatnot. I find that's my major problem. The characters did a lot of stupid things just so that they had a reason to push the plot forward, and that's kind of not great for my style, kind of thing, right?
Agreed.
So I'd probably give it a 6 overall. It's fine. I don't hate it, but I don't love it.
I was gonna go with a 6, and then that fucking
The sex scene?
the poop geyser.
Oh,
The poop geyser coming out of the toilet, and then she's just like, "Well, I got my secret stash of darts and money. I'm just gonna wipe poop on one of the darts and then smoke it while sitting on this fucking poop geyser."
And that upped your rating.
No, that lowered my rating from a
Nice.
7 to a 6, and then the weird sex thing brought it right back up to a 7. I think it just made people uncomfortable because we don't really do anything like that in Western culture. Like it's more of
Smoke
almost
shit darts?
Rub
nipples.
You never heard of Trailer Park Boys? They're
Yeah.
definitely smoking shit darts. No, I was rubbing shit on screen. Like we're more afraid of sex than we are of violence. So we show a lot of gratuitous violence, whereas over there, I think they might show sex a little bit more.
Intimacy.
That's not intimacy. That's weird. I mean,
no, that was like foreplay stuff.
Rubbing your wife's tits and vagina in front of a big window where your son's camping.
You can't see.
That's weird. It doesn't. Yes, he can. 100% he could peek his little head out. He had a fucking light that hit them directly from where he was camping. He could definitely see them.
Yeah.
It's not something that we see in media, and I think it's something we should see more of in media, but just maybe some normal stuff like, I don't know, fingering. What happened to that? Why you gotta be like pinchy, rub clockwise?
Good old finger blasting, you know.
Over the pants hand job. This is not 7th grade.
All right.
Get in there.
So average out, this movie got
7.
7 out of 10. That's a nice. We got an even rating there. That's pretty good.
7's not an even number.
Bottom.
Oh, boom wrecked.
Next week we will be reviewing The Wolfman. Another one of Jeff's picks.
Be a horror movie. I think it's a horror movie, and that's why I chose it. So I don't know. I've never seen it or heard of it. It was just on the list.
It was just like a documentary about the Wolfman syndrome. Just a bunch of hairy motherfuckers running around.
Oh, my people.
This is my daughter. What? I thought that was the dog. Why should you on that bone? It's a side effect.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, follow. Let us know what you think at the By the Railside Twitter, at By Railside. Follow us on Twitch, twitch.tv/By the Railside. Join us on Discord. We got a Discord server that I will attempt to figure out how to link everywhere. But yeah, you can join us there. And we'll answer your questions, interact with you, and if you need to be called a cunt, we will do that as well.
You cunt.
Positive things to say directed towards me and Jordan. If you have negative things to say, you know who to talk to.
Yeah, I handle them better. I internalize.
I just agree with people, and it gets old. Like, hey man, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
No, I'm
Do you know where I can get a gun?
On that note,
America, fuck.
we'll see you guys next week.
Bye!